Okay guys, so I know we did a lot of this in class, but again, I just kind of want to go through it just in case you forget or you wanted a little bit more review. Everybody should have this at home, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Really important, that we have the fourth root of 27 times the fourth root of 3. Now, off the top of my head, I do not know what the fourth root of 27 is, and I do not know what the fourth root of 3 is. But what I am seeing here is that the indices, the index of each of these radicals is the same. And so what we can do is we can rewrite this as the fourth root of 1/4 root, and then multiply your 27 times 3. And so that this is the fourth root of 27 times 3 is 81. And then we know that the fourth root of 81 is equal to 3. Now over here we have the fourth root of 16, x to the 4th, y to the 12th, z to the 20th power. You really want all of your exponents here to match your index, and they're not right now. So we need to do a little rewriting. We'll have the fourth root of, now 16, okay, it could be two different things. 16 we know is 4 squared, or it's 2 to the 4th power. And we're going to use the 2 to the 4th power instead of the 4 squared because, again, we want these two numbers to be the same. We have x to the 4th, so that's good to go because your exponent matches here. But y to the 12th is not matching the 4, so we're going to rewrite. We need the exponent here to be 4, and so 3 times 4 makes the 12. Similarly, z to the 20th does not match the index of 4, so we'll rewrite this. We need it to be 4 over here, and so 5 times 4 makes the 20. Now I'm ready to take the fourth root of each of these. The fourth root of 2 to the 4th is 2. Fourth root of x to the 4th is x. Fourth root of y cubed to the 4th is y cubed. And the fourth root of z to the 5th to the 4th is z to the 5th power. And you're done. Now down here, I understand you could type these into your calculator, and if this was a multiple choice question, that's fine. But if it's not, you need to show your work on how you got this. So what we're going to do is we need to think of two numbers that multiply to give us 2/3. One of them needs to be a fraction. And so 2/3 is 1/3 times 2. Now we're going to rewrite the 1/3 power as the cube root of 27 raised to the second power. The cube root of 27 is 3 raised to the second power is 9. Now here we have negative 81 to the 3/4 power. This was a typo on my part. I meant to have that be a positive 81. That's not me doing anything to the problem and solving it. It's just me having typed this question incorrectly. So it's positive 81 to the 3/4. So just like over here, two numbers that multiply to give us 3/4. 81 to the 1/4 times 3. So this is the fourth root of 81. That is the 1/4 power. The fourth root of 81 we already know is 3. Raised to the third power is 27. Down here we have 8 to the negative 2/3 power. Now this does not end up being a negative number. When you rewrite your fraction, put the negative with the whole number. So it'll be 8 raised to the 1/3, and then times the negative comes with the numerator, the 2. Okay. The cube root of 8, then we raise that to the negative second power. The 1/3 power is the cube root. The cube root of 8 we know is 2 raised to the negative second power. Now negative exponents, this is what my eyes are drawn to. Negative exponents want to move. So this becomes 1 over 2 to the positive second, and that is 1/4. Now there's a lot going on in number 6. Okay, we have x to the negative 1/3, y to the negative 4th, z to the 3/4, over x to the 2/3, y to the second, z to the 5/4. And so what we're going to do, my eyes are immediately drawn to, hey, negative exponents. Negative exponents want to move. So I see x to the negative 1/3. That wants to move to the bottom, become x to the positive 1/3. The x to the 2/3 on the bottom wants to stay. Y to the -4th on top wants to come down, becomes y to the +4th. Y to the 2nd on the bottom stays. This is a y to the 2nd. That's a weird y. I almost wrote it too. Z to the 3/4 on top stays there. And then z to the 5/4 on the bottom stays there. And so now we've just got to figure out what to do with our exponents. X to the 1/3 times x to the 2/3, you're going to add these exponents together. If you have, 1/3 and you add 2/3, you get x to the 1st power. Now you could write a 1 here if you wanted to. I'm not going to. Y to the 4th times y to the 2nd. Again, we're going to add those exponents. That becomes y raised to the 6th power. Now here, z to the 3/4 over z to the 5/4 rather. The rule is we're going to subtract our exponents. Now, the thing is, there's more z's on the bottom because 5/4 is bigger than 3/4. So down here I'm going to do z, and then I'll take this exponent, subtract that exponent there. So we have 5/4 minus 3/4. Notice I'm putting my fractions in parentheses. It's a decimal. I know what that decimal is. It's 1/2. So this becomes z to the 1/2. Now I'm not quite done because I can't just leave my answer with nothing in the top. So I'm going to put a 1 there, and we're good to go. Now we have 3 to the 4th over 7 to the 4th raised to the -1/4. There's a couple things going on here. I do see a negative exponent, but I also see these parentheses. And so the immediate first thing I want to do is clear the parentheses. So everything on the inside needs to get a power of -1/4. So the 3 raised to the 4th power, that wants the exponent -1/4. Over 7 to the 4th, that wants the exponent of -1/4. Now I think, what do I do with these numbers right here, with these exponents? And the rule is to multiply. So we come over, we multiply. It is 4 times, in parentheses, -1/4. And we get an exponent of -1. Okay? All over. This is the same exponents here, so I know when I multiply them together, I'll get the same exponent, -1. Now I see my negative exponents here and here, so both of these are going to end up moving. This one goes to the top, this one to the bottom, and so we get 7 to the 1st power over 3 to the 1st power, or just 7/3. Same deal over here. It's just instead of division, you have multiplication, but I see these parentheses here and an exponent on the outside. So everything inside needs an exponent of 12. So we'll have x to the 2/3 raised to the 12th power, and then we'll have times y to the 1/4 raised to the 12th power equals. Now think about what you do with your exponents. We're going to multiply 2/3 times 12. That's 8. So that's x raised to the 8th power. And then a 4th of 12, I know it's 3, but if you want to see in the calculator, that is going to be 1/4 times 12, and that makes our 3. So now we're going to on to solving. There's 5 questions that you need to solve on your test, and you need to show your solution. Here we have the cube root of 2x plus 7 is equal to 3. I'm immediately ready to cube both sides. You'll notice that this one does not have a number added or subtracted as opposed to this one, number 10, which does. So we're ready to cube both sides here. And so we have the cube root cube, it's just 2x plus 7 equals 3 to the 3rd, 27. Now I'm ready to subtract 7 from both sides. 2x equals 20. Divide by 2, x equals 10. Now I need to check my solution. I want to check for extraneous solutions, so I'm going to take 10 and plug it back into this x right here. So I need the cube root 2 times 10 plus 7. And when I hit enter here, I'm going to close that cube root. When I hit enter here, the answer should be 3. And it is. So x equals 10 is a solution. It's not extraneous. For number 10, we have the square root of x plus 25 minus 3 is equal to 1. We are going to add 3 to both sides. We're going to have the square root of x plus 25 is equal to 4. We're now ready to square both sides. We get x plus 25 is equal to 16. Now we're going to subtract 25 from both sides. X is equal to negative 9. Now I need to check that. So again, we're going to substitute negative 9 back into x. Take the square root of negative 9 plus 25. Subtract the 3. And our answer should come out to be 1. Square root, negative 9 plus 25. That's the end of the square root. The minus 3 is not underneath the square root, so I'm going to close my parentheses. Now I'm going to subtract 3. And my answer should be 1. And it is. So this is not an extraneous solution. Okay, so this is the end of part 1. Page 2 and 3 I might combine into 2 parts. So go check out the next video.